Now, you are general manager, assistant trainer, and Mr. Fix-It at Highlander Training Center. You had been from the beginning, so you were part of the crew that came over from Diamond D.
Yes.
And so you've literally been in from the ground up, and that ground was, it sounds like it was pretty rough.
Yes.
It hadn't been used in a long time. Tell me what you saw when you first saw the property that would become Highlander.
It had been let go. It had been leased out a few times, and you know, it just hadn't been kept up. The trees were way overgrown. Actually, a lot of them were growing into the ground. The grass and things, you know, was like waist high. The track had grass waist high on it, and that was a challenge to get rid of it to start with. The front entranceway, I drove past it multiple times because I couldn't see it. It's just like a jungle, and the people that lived around there, a lot of them commented, you know, about how nice it was because they could see through it and see what a beautiful place it was now. There was one whole fence row that was clear full of scrap machinery, old rusty, just scrap machinery. That's where they parked everything that was when it wasn't good to use anymore. And we hauled all that stuff off and scrapped it. I can't tell you how much fence was tore out. The biggest challenge is probably just the basic cleaning to start with, the tree trimming. I mean, I don't know how many trees is on that place. Probably, I was guesstimating 300. One of the guys helping me said, no, he said there's a lot more than that. And we always kidded that we wasn't tree trimmers by no means, but we was amateurs. And the same guy told me that as many as we'd done, we wasn't amateurs anymore.
Jeff Hooper, the CEO of Highlander, who shared some pictures that you say really don't even do justice to what the chores you all faced when you bought it. And he said, like, some of those pastures you have now were just full of trees and brambles.
There were. The very front pasture by the highway, we took out 70 trees out of that one pasture to make it usable. I mean, it's a wilderness. And we cut them off, and then we pulled all the stumps and everything, you know, but they was so thick. The excavator came in to pull the stumps, and a lot of times he was picking out 2 stumps at a time. They were so thick.
Did you think it was a good idea when you saw the property?
I was wondering. It's really beautiful. It rolls and everything. It was a challenge to get it fenced to where we could make it functional. You know, it rolls so much. You know, you had to be careful on where you put your fences, just so they wouldn't wash out. You know, and everything, and to get it where it was, you know, functional and have paddocks and pastures. And have everything close enough to the barns. You know, like the paddocks needed to be where you could be real accessible to the barns to bring them in and out.
Work for Highlander, you know, you're busy training in the morning, and then you're just making sure all the property stays in top shape, and
Yes.
and then you unload. You get a truckload of hay, and then you're unloading that.
Yeah. Well, I like to unload that hay myself just so I can see it. That's the best way to know what you're getting is to unload it and you actually see what you're getting.
Think about the pride that you feel when you a horse like Capona in the Louisiana Derby that comes off that property when you see them in a race.
Oh, that's what we're shooting for. You know, and you know, I mentioned before we're looking for Derby winners. You know, that's one's not. I'm not going to be satisfied with one. You know, we need to have multiple horses of that caliber.